I'm just thinking of this guy's reality, like his day-to-day life. It's just nothing compared to like reality that's like a real reality. It's like, dude, you're like in a hyper reality or some crazy shit.
You think so?
And it's like your life is constantly on camera.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
You know he has to have like a different worldview probably.
Yeah, Justin Bieber just came out with a song where in the lyrics he's talking about how he grew up on camera when he was a dumb kid and all those mistakes were being filmed.
Right.
And now he's kind of like living with it.
Yeah, that would be
It
tough.
put me in perspective. I was like, damn, that would be tough when you're stupid. And imagine being dumb with loads of cash. Imagine us when we were dumb and young and dumb, like even right now.
No, even back then, like you're saying though, yeah, that'd be tough for him.
Yeah. So, but I don't think Jake Paul really cares. He did say he has to go through it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here. What up, guys? Episode 10.
What is up?
We made it. We're back.
In the house.
We're back in the house.
The Brennan
yeah.
Schmitty Show.
Let's talk about that elephant in the room last night, dude. Jake Paul. Come on. What do you think?
Jake Paul.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Well, to be fair, Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson is kind of a stretch. Nate Robinson's 5'9". Jake Paul's 6'1".
Yeah.
And Robinson,
Mhm.
Nate Robinson, he's 5'9".
What
He's
team did he play for?
36 years old. 36 years old.
What basketball team did he play for? I forget.
I
forget
the
too.
team that he
Yeah.
played for doesn't come to mind right away.
Yeah.
I just know that he was the 3-time slam dunk champion. They mentioned that several times.
And he's that's crazy, man. He's got hops.
Oh, he's got a vertical.
Yeah, that's why they had that light so short, so he couldn't hop over.
So he could
So he couldn't leapfrog Jake Paul.
He was clinching with him the whole time, just not wanting
Like he was trying to tackle him.
He didn't want any part in the punch.
You know, everyone is shit. You know, Jake Paul, dude. Love or hate? Do you hate him?
I don't have anything against him.
Right? It's not that I hate him. How can you hate somebody that you don't even know? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I respect it. I respect it in a way.
Nate Robinson signed up for the fight.
He called him out. Did you know that? I didn't know all the drama and stuff behind it.
Really?
Yeah, but apparently Nate was the one that called him out. So that's cool. You know, Jake, dude, he knocked him the fuck out. His head bounced off the canvas, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. And did you see what Mike Tyson said after the fight?
No, what'd he say?
He says that people need to give Jake Paul more boxing, and people need to give him more respect because he's bringing light. He's making it entertaining. He said that UFC was kicking boxing's ass, which it is. UFC's way better. That wasn't an event last night, dude. Wasn't that? It was an experience.
It was such an experience with all the live performances they had that night.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was something else. I was not expecting to see I didn't know that's what they do. Do you think that was just a special thing? Like, do they usually have?
No,
There's no way.
dude, that's Mike Tyson in there. And the announcing crew was crazy.
Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, Snoop
It was
Dogg.
cool. And that one guy was pissing everyone off.
Yeah, I wish I could remember that announcer's name.
Yeah, he's from basketball or something. I've seen him announce,
But
or
then
maybe fighting.
They had Izzy on there too.
Yeah. Oh, he pissed Izzy off, dude. Izzy was going like this. Like when the guy cut him off and started talking to another guy, he was like, he shook his head and then he was like, cut the mic. Because then he was pissing the other guy, the old guy that he was talking to.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah. Which that dude seemed really cool and chill. I liked him.
He seems like someone you don't say the wrong thing to though, or he's gonna
sleep you.
He's gonna sleep you.
Another thing that was really cool last night was seeing, it looked like both of them were enjoying their time in the octagon. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing, like, I've never really watched them fight. That was really cool in our whole lifetime. We were how old in 2005? You know, I was like 11, 12. I didn't even remember him fighting back then and losing in 2005. I thought this was the first fight since that ear-biting scenario, but...
Dude, the guy he fought was a legend too.
Yeah. And that was, dude, he's got that left straight, and then he dips, and he's real quick.
Roy Jones Jr. is no joke.
Dude, he was fast.
And he has a badass song that he made.
Yeah, that blew my mind. What is it?
Can't Be Touched.
Dude, that blew my mind. He's a badass boxer, and he's got a dope
He has a
rap.
workout song.
Yeah, that rap song, dude, that gets people hyped.
It does pump you up.
People need to walk out to that in the UFC. Let's go.
Yeah, and he his movement and everything. It was cool to see.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? I did say before, oh, you think this is yeah, it's okay. My bad. You think this is the only time we're gonna see this fight? And Brock's like, ooh. I really didn't think it was gonna go to draw, but
It's over.
yeah. I'd watch it again. That was fun. Although, are we all gonna go to hell?
I'd give it to Mike Tyson anyways for that fight.
You think so? That's what I saw a lot of people on Facebook and social media saying that Mike won. But he landed a lot of good body shots.
You know who's hurt more right now?
Yeah.
Roy Jones Jr.
Think so?
Yeah.
Why do you think that one? It was
his
that
pointing, how he pointed with his strikes,
Yeah.
I guess, and his evading maneuvers.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, those shots he took,
Mm-hmm.
he's got to feel that.
Me being such a UFC fan, I was just wanting that head kick. I was wanting some kicks. I was wanting shit. You know what I mean? It's hard. Boxing would be so hard. That's just, to be able to not do those things in a fight. But I guess when you're boxing your whole life, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I thought the whole event was pretty fun. It was cool seeing them enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
It was weird seeing how old they were,
Mm-hmm. 100%.
It was kind of weird. Overall, quite the experience. But the elephant in the room is Jake Paul. Everyone's hating on him. Everyone wants
Still?
Dude, oh my God. Yeah, they want him to lose. A lot of my friends on Facebook, they were all talking shit on him. I respect it, dude. Dude.
Me too, I respect it.
You're telling me. What was that app called?
Fight.
No, not TikTok. But it was like TikTok back in the day. It was like the first one. They don't do it anymore.
Vine?
Yeah, dude. If you'd have told me when I'm first watching those Vine videos of all those, where the fuck did all those people go?
Yeah, well, there's one.
Yeah, there's one. If you would have told me that motherfucker would be a boxer and a rapper, it's insane.
A boxer and a rapper from a Vine star?
Yeah.
That is kind of crazy.
What world are we in right now? But here's the thing. He's not fighting real boxers. He fought a YouTube and then a retired basketball player who was.
This is very true. Not guys that are.
That's where he's not getting the respect. That's why everyone hates him. He's just this punk guy who's talking all this shit. He talks a lot of shit, and the way he acts, that's why people don't like him.
You know what that fight proves against Nate Robinson, though, is that at least he's competent enough if he was in like a boxing match against someone who's at least a badass.
Right?
Because Nate Robinson's still not someone you just want to piss off.
Dude, hats off to anyone who just steps in a ring or an octagon.
Even if he is a bigger guy than Nate Robinson, that guy's an athlete.
Oh, yeah. And he's got balls. He was willing to fight Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Damn. But I think people might start respecting Jake Paul when he actually fights boxers, legit people, and if he beats them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He could. I don't know.
What fucking world would we be living in, dude, if he beats like Dylan Danis, Connor's boy, and then he fucking boxes Connor? Say Connor goes and fights Dustin, fights maybe someone else, and then he's like done with the UFC for a little, does that little stint where he's like, I want to go box now. And it's fucking Jake Paul.
Jake Paul can only box, though. At least he can't do the MMA side. If he jumped on the MMA side and won, well, oh my God.
Oh my God. Of course, I don't like that type of person. That's an asshole, and that would just annoy the fuck out of you, that you just want to beat up, but you can't because he's got all his boys with him all the time, and he's actually pretty tough. And you're like, God damn it.
And he's actually pretty tough.
Yeah, if I could just kick this motherfucker's ass.
You don't think you could beat up Jake Paul?
No, God, no. God, no.
No, you're right. He's a boxer.
He's a boxer.
He's a
dude.
boxer.
And he knows how to fight.
He should have respect.
I don't really know
He
how
had
to
a good
fight.
performance. He knocked him out clean.
Yeah.
You're right. Jake Paul deserves respect.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I respect people who start from nothing and become something. I can't hate that. And he's got guts too to want to go box. Boxing is a legit sport. You can't just go in there.
It's a combat sport.
Yeah.
You get seriously hurt.
Like that young kid, I think his name's Ryan Garcia. Is that his name? That dude's a badass, and I wonder how they feel. How do they feel seeing some punk YouTube star come in and do their thing? But he's not.
This is where they maybe do get pissed. I don't know.
Oh, God,
I don't know how
yeah.
offended they are.
The levels of competition.
He's still.
He needs to fight a boxer. He needs to fight a boxer. an actual person who's been in the boxing business.
He would honestly have a good chance of getting them so like out of their own head.
Right? Like a Conor.
With his persona.
Yeah. In the overwhelming.
The second he gets wrecked, though,
Yeah.
his mystique is gone.
And guess what?
It's all about the first loss.
Yeah, how you handle a loss.
With that approach.
What if Jake Paul loses, gets knocked out, and he's the most humble motherfucker ever, and then he comes back even better? Then what?
Okay, then there's some more stock in him.
Yeah. What if he did get humbled and he calmed down, and then he was like, yeah, I realized I was a punk-ass YouTube kid. Now I'm a serious boxer. And he's like calmed down as a human. Would you like him then?
No, I want him to be wild still.
See? But that's like the Mike Tyson story. Last night felt like a redemption story for Mike Tyson from everything that he's been through. I remember back when we were young and people didn't like Mike Tyson. And then he started, like, I remember people not liking him that he was in The Hangover. Mm-hmm. Well, why are they putting him in movies? And then I loved him. I thought he was great in The Hangover. He was funny as hell. And then we started seeing him in other things where it showed a softer side of Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. We're like, damn, he's changed. He's not a wild animal that he once was. And he wants to be a better person. Like how he donated the whole fight purse to help something.
Yeah, that's awesome. That
so cool. That. So I love Mike Tyson. Yeah, he's done mistakes in the past, and he's learned from them the hard way.
Yeah.
Hardest of the ways.
Yeah,
so I fucking respect Mike Tyson. I'm sorry for whatever he did in the past.
Well, Mike Tyson, you got to treat him different, probably. He's a little...
And it was worth the money just listening to him talk. That was one of the best parts, was just listening to him talk.
He seems like a down-to-earth guy.
Yeah. Oh, his podcast is awesome. His hot boxing. I forget what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the name.
With Mike Tyson?
Yeah, dude. I'd love to be on that show.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
There's actually a guy that I'm kind of friends with who works for him with that marijuana company.
Oh, that works. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty cool dude too. Yeah, he was trying to get something going between him and Sean. I don't know. Dude, if it's ever gonna work out.
Mike Tyson is still a killer though.
Yeah.
If you crossed him and he just punched you as hard as he could, you're dead.
Yeah, like in the scene The Hangover.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Hats off to the other guy who tried fighting him. That's why I'm like, damn, this is crazy. That whole event was special, and we missed another UFC event. We don't do that.
Mm. And
Anthony Smith won by a triangle. Let's go.
Good. I'm happy he won.
He was on a 2-fight skid.
He needed a win.
He needed it.
Who'd he beat again?
Devin Clark.
Damn.
Yeah, triangle. And Devin Clark was on a 2-fight winning streak. They were decisions. One of the guys isn't even in the UFC anymore who he fought. They recently cut him. And yeah.
Man, I'd be like, Oh,
if Anthony Smith had lost, that would have been bad. I really like Anthony Smith. And then it sucks because that card lost its main event. Fucking COVID. Do you remember who the main event was?
I don't recall.
It was Curtis Blades and our fucking boy, Derek Lewis.
Ooh.
Yeah. Curtis Blades got, the day of the fight, Curtis Blades got COVID. Curtis
Blades could always lose that fight because Derek Lewis has that punching power. He can still knock you out.
You know what he said that I thought cursed it? He goes, I know what he's going to do. He's going to go for the head kick. I'm like, Curtis, why'd you say that? Because DC did the same thing. Boom, John Jones head kicked him. Mm. I know what you're thinking, John Jones. I know you know what I do. He said that at the press conference. I know you're going to try and head kick me. And then, whoop, whoop, head kick. He head kicked him. So I'm like, when he said that, I'm like, it was flashbacks. I'm like, oh no, Derek Lewis is getting a head kick, which, of course, I wanted Derek.
Do you think guys do that to say, like, ooh, now I can throw it because he thinks I'm not going to throw it? Because I told him.
Who knows, man?
I expected it.
Who knows?
And then you get dropped.
It's a fight game. It's a mental game, too, dude. That's why Conor mentally raped Aldo.
Yeah.
He beat Aldo way before they even got in that octagon cage.
What about the guy he fought afterwards?
Eddie Alvarez?
Eddie Alvarez, thank you. Eddie Alvarez. I feel like he was mentally done, too.
Yeah.
Because he was even trying to be like, I'm Irish, too.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, this is an actual Irish guy here.
You know what I felt, though? I felt like Conor didn't have to work as hard for that one.
No.
He was in that head really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you want to do this shot? Because
yes, I want to get this shot over with.
I want to talk about it. The reason why we were gone for a little bit. I had my Uncle John pass away. It was really sad. Probably one of the coolest, genuine human beings I've ever met. Blessed to say he was my uncle. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I almost didn't think, I was like, man, should I even talk about him on the pod?
Dude, no, it's cool.
Yeah, but I want people to know who he was and what he meant to us. You know what I mean? I had a big family on my dad's side, and every year when we were kids, since we were kids, dude, there was that photo of you, and dude, you look like you're 6, 7 years old. You look like a little fucking baby when we were at this, and I got to get that photo to show you. But Uncle Jay's house was the house that at the end of the summer, everyone got together and we threw these. My Aunt Rose is one of the best cooks you'll ever meet. Mm-hmm. I feel biased because, you know, it's my family. But this is some real shit. My Aunt Rose, she's a gangster at cooking. She's the best cook we've been lucky to have. Mm. But yeah, every summer we get together, have those big awesome barbecues our whole lives. That was the thing. Brought family. And I remember being kids, like when you're a kid and there's that many people, you don't really know who's your family and not. Like, and then you'd find out as I grew up, I'd be like, oh, you were just a neighbor. Oh, you're just a neighbor. You're not family. This is weird. This is awkward.
You got to get the fuck out of here.
No.
No.
And then, yeah, dude, Uncle John took me to my first vacation ever in my entire life, all the way to Lake Tahoe.
That was your first vacation ever?
Ever. If you call going to Arkansas to see your grandma on vacation.
You never traveled further than that?
Never traveled. Never as a family. And to this day, I've never been on vacation with my mom or dad, ever. Me and my mom and dad have never gone anywhere, ever. Ever. My first time ever going on vacation was to Lake Tahoe with my Uncle John and Aunt Rose. And my cousin Carter. And damn, what a cool experience. We did the Flume Trail. And this is where my Uncle John, I love people who don't talk about themselves when they do such great things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When they're there for everyone. Mm-hmm. Like, he was the kind of guy that my Aunt Rose would make him lunch and he'd make sure that he'd take extra to share with all his coworkers. Give his shirt off his back to anyone if he could. And then he also wasn't a complainer. Yeah. He never complained. The Flume Trail, for people who don't know, is in California. It's a 16-mile bike ride up a fucking mountain. It's pretty rough. I'm a big boy. Bikers would be like, oh, that's easy, man. That's easy. But for me, big boy, people who aren't that, experienced in mountains, we're fucking here in Missouri. We have hills. We barely have hills out here compared to a fucking mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my Uncle John is on chemotherapy for kidney cancer doing the Flume Trail and not complaining the whole time. Skip, I have a cousin. Oh.
He's like an uncle because he's like as old as an uncle.
Yeah, and
you could call him Cousin Skip though if you wanted.
He is
right?
my cousin because it's Aunt Rose's kid.
Yeah, a Cousin Skip, right?
Yeah, so he's my cousin Skip, and he's a mountain man, and he does that shit where, oh yeah, guys, we'll go do this, and it's the pro route, and you're a beginner, and he won't tell you that until you're experiencing it. You know what I mean? So Skip and Carter leave us for the fucking dirt, man. They're gone. I don't know how. And Skip is a thick boy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's not skinny. He's not no six-pack dude. He's a beer-drinking gut guy. Thick. He's strong. He's muscular at the same time. And, dude, he's flying up a mountain. Pew. I'm like, damn, I need to be out here. If I lived out there, I'd be just like that. You just get strong, from being so high up. We're so high up out in Lake Tahoe compared to here. We're so low. The altitude's crazy.
Dude, if you were a straight mountain man experience, you'd probably be a scary dude.
Oh, dude, with a big beard. Oh, and I'd be able to hold two ladies on my shoulders. I'd be like, what? I'd be like some Dan Brazilian would be scared of me. I already say his name. But anyway, they leave us for the dirt. And me and my Uncle John, he was on chemotherapy, so it was hard for him to do it. But it was the best part of the trail, was just hanging back with him and taking our time, looking at the beauty of the whole thing. You know what I mean? And then sure enough, on the downhill part of that Flume Trail, Carter had his accident. And thank God he was wearing that helmet, dude. Because I actually got tired and left behind when we were going downhill. Because downhill is still uphill, but downhill, it wasn't downhill until the last mile. And it's literally straight down. and you go. So I am holding on to my brakes, going, oh my God, down this fucking steep mountain, right?
Yeah.
Carter, Skip flying. My Uncle Jay wasn't flying like Carter and Skip,
He was still going.
but he
pretty
was.
fast.
I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? They left me. I had to catch up, and before I know it, I catch up, and Carter, Uncle John and Carter are standing at the bottom of the hill, and I'm like, oh, they're walking. So I got off my bike and walked to him because I was tired and it was so steep and I was scared, you know. I'm like, I'm just gonna walk to him and catch up to him. Skip's gone, right? I catch up to him. Sure enough, Carter's got his fucking chin filleted open, literally filleted open. And my Uncle John told me that how he hit a rock. It was just a big bare rock that was smooth, and I guess it made him glide or something. He flipped over his rails, smacked his face straight into the ground, dude.
That sounds painful.
He was 10-second Tom. What Adam Sandler movie is that? Is
50
that
First Dates.
50? He was 10-second Tom, dude. I never experienced anything like that with them, because my Uncle John, he went to catch up with Skip real quick to go to get the car to take him to the hospital. So here I am walking down the rest of the hill with him for a little bit, probably a good 5-6 minutes that I'm walking with him, and he couldn't. We had a whole. When we did the Flume Trail, we were already on vacation for 4 or 5 days because it was 2 days traveling. I think we were there for a day, and then the next day we did the Flume Trail. He forgot all of it, and we had some real cool stories and shit. We had some fun times. He forgot all of it. And the scariest part was how repeating every 10 seconds. What happened? What's going on? Where am I? And I had to like react and keep telling him over and over again. It was really weird. It was such a surreal thing. I thought, I was like, oh my God.
If they would have been a little slower, it would have been not as bad.
Right?
So did he know about it? Did Skip know when he rode down that he was hurt?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Skip knew. Yeah. And my Uncle John saw it. My Uncle John actually saw it.
So he was just like, fuck, I gotta get to the car.
Yes. Oh yeah. Skip was sprung into.
Okay.
Skip's a spring into action kind of guy. I fucking love Skip. I wish we lived closer with him because he's a great guy. And it's really cool because, not to boast on him, but he's like a celebrity out in Lake Tahoe. Everywhere, the first trip I went out there, everywhere we went, they knew Skip. It was blowing my mind. I was like, whoa. I was like, I love this small town atmosphere in the mountains. So cool. Lake Tahoe's lit. And then we were blessed because they took me, we were able to go with them to Lake Tahoe together 2 years ago. But he did all that shit, and so he just didn't complain ever, dude. My Uncle Jay. 2006. My family barbecue stopped in 2006 because he had a brain tumor, and they removed that. And 2009, him and my dad both got cancer at the same time. My dad was diagnosed with skin cancer, and he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. My Uncle John, we're doing Pedal of the Cause this coming year, and I'm so freaking excited. I can't wait to get that group together and we do it. We're going to go, like Brock said, we are going to go through some hell. 36-mile bike ride, but it'll be easy. It's not up a mountain.
It's going to suck.
It's going to suck, but we're going to get...
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's for Uncle Jay, because while he was going through prostate cancer, he did triathlons around Lake St. Louis, and he did Pedal the Cause.
Yeah.
And then he beat prostate cancer. My dad is, doing his thing with skin cancer. It's maintained. It hasn't spread to anything else or anything. And I'm pretty sure the prostate cancer didn't spread. That's not what spread. He just happened to get kidney cancer as well. And then he got diagnosed with kidney cancer in like 2016, 15 or 16, something like that. And he had one of his kidneys removed, right? Then he had a tumor behind his eye that they had to get, and he had to be on chemo for that. And that was after my first trip of Lake Tahoe with him, after he did the Flume Trail. And when we got home from Lake Tahoe, he did a triathlon that me and my dad went to while going through all this chemotherapy.
Yeah, he's never stopped fighting.
And then, real quick, that kidney cancer is what did him because it spread everywhere. And it spread to his liver, to his stomach, to his lungs. And he passed away. And it just sucks because he was a huge part. He was way more than an uncle to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing. This is why I'm kind of bringing it up. I don't mean to be a sad pod. Because that's one thing that Uncle John would not want. And I keep telling my dad, Uncle Jay he donated his body to science. He didn't want a funeral because he didn't want people being sad. Mm-hmm. And that's something my Aunt Rose and him are crazy good about. And like he would say, remember when we were out eating those sushi rolls? What would he do? He would take a bite and he would just fucking take in all that juicy flavor of beautiful sushi. Mm-hmm. And then he would go, it's a celebration. Because that's what we do now. We celebrate this fucking man's life and how awesome it was. Because he lived a great life. Even though my dad said it beautifully. He was going fast on those bikes. He lived life fast, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But then when he got cancer, it made him go faster. It made him live life even more. Cancer didn't stop my Uncle John. It didn't. His body got defeated. You know what I mean? His mindset and will, that didn't get defeated. He won that. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And here's another thing that I want to bring up. And then we'll get over the sad stuff. Because that's what he doesn't want. He doesn't want us to be sad. Hannah goes, Ricky, I know we're just step cousins, but I love you like a real cousin. And that's one thing that I'm so blessed that I grew up young with you. I have a real brother. He's a step brother. I have a real sister. She's a stepsister. And they're brother and sister to me, right? By blood. And I'm blessed to have such a great brother. He's such a good guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But he's always lived in Tennessee. We're not as close. I wish we were closer. Thank God to Facebook. You know what I mean? We can keep in touch like that. But you, dude, we're brothers. We don't have no blood. Wouldn't make us fucking closer. I don't care about blood. Blood because I do have blood family members that aren't family. They don't know me. They don't know anything about me. But we're family because they're blood.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Blood don't mean shit to me.
Yeah. There's multiple layers of family.
100%. Just like he was your uncle too. Uncle Jay was your uncle. So we're doing a shot for Uncle Jay right here.
Okay. We'll do
this is for the boss man because that's what I'd call him, and he freaking loved it. And it was so weird. It was just I was out in Tahoe with him, and he was taking a nap and he was going through some shit. I looked at him, I go, Uncle Jay, you're the fucking boss.
I just wanted to say that he knew how to enjoy life. Like he enjoyed life so much that he enjoyed nasty ass gas station egg rolls and actually wanted to. I had to be like, ooh, this is good. They're not.
Yeah,
no,
they were awful.
He loved them.
Yeah.
He enjoyed life.
Oh, dude, we got stories for days about Uncle Jay. We'll have Carter and Hannah and all them on. We'll have some good stories about Uncle Jay.
So, he's a good guy.
Yeah. And I liked what you always said about him teaching you stuff.
Yeah. Do you want me to?
Yeah. How did it go?
I said, because he let me cut on the boards and I was making mistakes, and I was like, he was patient and he allowed me to make mistakes, and there's too many people out there that don't have the patience to allow others to make mistakes and grow.
Yeah.
But I was just all in my feels as well.
No, it's understandable. And salute to it if we put anyone else in their feels. Because, pods are meant for people to escape. But you know what?
Sometimes you gotta...
I'm real. I'm too real. Because people will say, well, get over it, Ricky. Well, I'm like, well, why can we not even talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
Why can we not even talk about the sad stuff?
Yeah.
Why does sad stuff have to be hidden?
Hanging on to sad things can be bad, though.
Yeah, but that's what we're doing right now. This is about celebration.
Okay.
To a badass man's life.
Agreed.
Uncle Jay.
Yeah, that's a good toast.
The fucking boss.
Mm.
Oh, this is going to be fucking awful, though. I hate alcohol. Oh, God. Ooh. It wasn't that bad, though. It was awful. Oh, I don't know how people drink.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, salute to people who, it's not good though. Alcohol, people who think marijuana is horrible but drink alcohol, you're dumb. You're very dumb.
There's a lot of funny alcoholics though.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Dude, another thing so you said that you saw another John Belushi documentary?
Yeah.
How old do you think it is?
Ooh. Man. Dan Aykroyd looks really old in it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he looked really old in it as well.
There's a new documentary for people wondering on HBO. If you have Charter, if you got HBO, go check it out. It's just called Belushi. And dude, it's a well put together documentary. I love documentaries. I own a few. I own the Chris Farley. I own what's his name? Richard Pryor. He had an amazing documentary made. Yeah. It was so sad. I love learning things because you know what I learned? You know what I learned?
What'd you learn?
John Belushi was a fucking singer, dude. I know Blues Brothers. Yeah. I always knew the movie Blues Brothers. I got to be honest with you. Never watched them. Have you ever watched them?
I got to be honest with you. I haven't watched them either.
Yeah. But I knew they were about singing. It was about the Blues Brothers, right? But I didn't know John Belushi could sing. He was doing this impression of Joe Cocker, who was an old-time singer. And he's this guy who does this weird fucking moving around when he sings. And John Belushi imitated that.
And kills it.
Kills it. And he sounds so amazing. Like, legit.
Like him.
They said that cocaine is the reason he didn't become a rock star. And I'm like, wouldn't that make you a rock star? Like, wouldn't that make you want to be more of a rock star? But he just loved comedy so much. And I learned some other shit, too.
What's up?
Because, honestly, one more time, I would have bought his albums. He could have been, like, as good as the greatest of the rock stars.
Is he a Joji from the past?
Yeah, dude. And they were all about falling down. Because, Chris Farley, who's my idol, who's my personal idol growing up, was Chris Farley. Sad when I found out I knew there was a couple years where I didn't even know he was dead. And they're like, yeah, he's dead. I'm like, what?
Shut up.
No. He died on my birthday.
Yeah.
Chris Farley died on my fucking birthday. My idol. Imagine finding that out. Imagine going, oh, when did he die? When did your idol die? On your birthday. It's weird, dude. But anyway.
He hates you.
Yeah. But he was obsessed with, he idolized John Belushi and John Candy. Chris Farley.
And John Candy?
Yeah. And you see it in the work because John Belushi, he was good at falling down. He was a good, like, body movement and shit when he did stand-up and everything. Kind of like Jim Carrey. He was amazing at that when he started doing stand-up. Same thing with Chris Farley. He was fatty fall down, And your guy from Community that you love? Chevy Chase?
Yeah.
They had a thing. So John was already, before Saturday Night Live, he was already kind of a star because he had stand-up and he had this group where they did improvs and shit. And he was just really already famously known, kind of. And when him and Dan Aykroyd, they were kind of last hired on Saturday Night Live because of John Belushi's attitude. Because he didn't really get along, of course, with the owner, the guy who runs Saturday Night Live. What's his name?
Michael Warren.
Yeah, of course. And then there's this real funny story where they were all partying one night, and apparently John Belushi snorted cocaine off his desk. But he wasn't in the room at the time.
Oh, my God.
Because they were pissed. He was pissed. Because Chevy Chase, when Saturday Night Live started, John Belushi thought he was going to be the star. He was the star of the show, but it was Chevy Chase. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
There was a
I didn't know there was division there.
Guess what? I don't get. He had a line. He would open up Saturday Night Live, and he goes, "Hi, I'm Chevy Chase, and you're not." And that was like a famous slogan that everyone loved. Hi, I'm Chevy Chase, and you're not. They loved it. And then guess what he would do? Fall down. He would fall down and do shit. He would fall down all the time.
Like he copied John Belushi?
Well, no, not like he copied it, but that was just the thing. You know what I mean? Like falling down. And John Belushi could fall down too.
So then Chevy Chase can fall down.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Chevy Chase falls down in Community, and it's always really funny
Exactly.
too.
Exactly. You're seeing it. You're seeing this. And then guess what? Chris Farley did that too because he loved John Belushi, and he was all about falling down.
Chevy Chase kills.
Guess what? John Belushi was kind of jealous because Chevy Chase was getting all the attention. Chevy Chase was the star.
Not falling down.
He was the star of the show, of Saturday Night Live. They even had a song. It's these girls singing, Chevy, Chevy, you're so funny, you falling down. You're on Saturday Night Live, you're on my TV. That kind of shit. And then like John Belushi was getting jealous on the sideline. Like, oh, why am I not in more stuff? Why am I not in this? Why am I not that? And Chevy left after the first season of Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder.
Chevy left after the first season.
After the first dipped.
He wanted to leave Community early too.
Yeah.
Did you know that? He had a huge disputes with them about leaving.
Really?
And he had a bunch of demands and was a diva. Dude,
Chevy Chase, because guess what?
He's probably hard to work with.
Well, you know, I wanted to do some research. I haven't yet. Shit's been crazy.
Yeah.
But I wondered if it was due to John Belushi or because you think about it, he got so much fame for that first season of Saturday Night Live. He probably got all those movie offers for,
Vacation.
Yeah, he probably got all those movies. It was either that or it was either this John Belushi drama. Who knows? I got to look it up.
I think the movies were a good return though.
100%. But then guess what? After Chevy Chase,
Chevy
Chase, after he left, guess who became the star? John Belushi. Guess who joined Saturday Night Live? Bill Murray. Second season. Remember that famous photo of all of them together, lined up? And while John Belushi was going through all that drama with Chevy, guess who was there for him?
Who?
Dan Aykroyd. And that's how they became like best friends. And it was like a dorm type thing. When they were living at Saturday Night Live, they were in a room together on bunk
all of
bed.
them? Like Bill Murray too in there?
I don't think Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. So I guess like they each probably had their own rooms, but John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd had their own room. And they were there because there's this picture of them in a bunk bed together and John talking about it.
Dude.
Talking about how it was like a frat staying together.
Bill Murray's awesome.
Dude. Well, John Belushi was awesome. He was so funny and again so talented. He was the captain of the football team, prom king.
Was he?
Yeah.
There's like his high school career was like that.
Oh, dude, you need to really check out this documentary, dude. It was and it's well done.
He was so cool, huh?
He was
always
cool.
the coolest dude.
But guess what? Guess what happened?
What happened?
He was already a big drug guy, right?
Oh, in high school? Even in high school he was doing drugs?
Well, no.
When did he start doing drugs?
He wrote a diary after because he wrote about how he was a drinker. And there's this club that I found out. He was in this club called like Hollywood Vampires. And it consisted of like him, John Lennon, and a couple other rock star guys. And in order to get in this club, you had to outdrink them. It was like a big drinkers club for the Hollywood rock stars. And he was in it.
Dude.
John Belushi. And so he was already like a big drinker. And then he started getting into pot. He started smoking pot. Guess what? He was doing a skit and he broke his knee or something. He broke something in his knee. Guess what he got on?
What?
Painkillers. Pain pills. Couldn't get off of them. It got his drug addiction got even more skyrocketed.
That is insane.
Over a fucking injury.
And you're talking Belushi here?
John Belushi, dude.
So you're saying that it was painkillers that really got his
And
ass.
this is all before, I'm pretty sure if I remember right.
Isn't this the 70s?
Oh, yeah, dude. This is all during the 70s and 80s.
It's nuts. 80s too?
Yeah, well, this is before his movie with National Lampoon. What was that? Fuck. Fuck.
No, it's a big one too.
Animal House, which is one of the biggest comedies ever.
That's an old movie too.
Yeah.
I think that's a 70s movie, honestly.
Do you think people know? I don't think the younger generations I think our generation knows.
You know it's aged so poorly.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to watch it again. The documentary.
Revenge of the Nerds is in the 80s, and that has aged terribly.
Yeah.
Rape culture in those times
but guess what?
Would not pass now.
In Animal House, the role in Animal House got him the role with Steven Spielberg's 1941.
Really?
And in Animal House, he has that famous speech line where he's giving this, and he's fucking wasted, and he's giving the famous speech.
And
he goes, and John Belushi goes, "Oh, it's like when the Russians bombed Pearl Harbor." And then the two drunk guys are like, "They didn't do that." And he's like, "Just let him roll with it. He's rolling." It always cracked my shit up because he's dumb at history. You know what I mean? He's a dumbass in that movie. But then he plays in night. Have you heard have you ever seen 1941? Because I had never even heard of it.
I haven't.
Let me read you this.
It's Steven Spielberg directed it.
Ready? I'm gonna read.
What year is this movie?
Okay, so it's. I don't want to fuck up our mics. It's 1979.
1979.
Yeah, directed by Steven Spielberg. The box office was 94.9 million, and the cast: John Belushi, John Candy,
Oh my god.
Dan Aykroyd, some other people I don't really fucking know. That probably some old school our grandmas and grandpas would know. But ready? After Japan attacks on Pearl Harbor, residents of California descend into a wild panic, afraid that they might be the next target. Among them are Wild Bill Kelso, John Belushi, a crazed National Guard pilot, Sergeant Frank Tree, Dan Aykroyd, a patriotic straight-laced tank crew commander, Ward Douglas, a civilian willing to help with the American war effort at any cost. And I don't even know these actors, dude. And Joseph W. Stilwell, who tries his hardest to maintain sanity amid the chaos. So it's just a panic movie, I guess. And John Belushi's the hero. He saves the day. So I just thought it was kind of funny how, like, he goes from this... I guess it's still...
Is it good, too? Is his performance good? Did you see the movie?
I haven't seen it. It made me want to watch it because the documentary...
I don't know if I want to watch it.
Look at the poster. The poster's kind of comical. Is it a comedy or is it a serious movie? That's something I...
Well, did you see who you said was in it when you started saying it?
I
was like SNL people.
Yeah, but Steven Spielberg. What a time. What a time. What a time to be alive. Yeah.
The poster's cool.
Yeah.
I like the poster.
But it doesn't look kind of it looks kind of like a Mad magazine type cover.
It's Mad Times.
Yeah. Mad Times.
Times will never be like this.
Dude, that was actually good Marlon Brando. Because, dude, that was the thing about Belushi. Outstanding imitator.
Mm-hmm. Dude, all those guys. You know who's in his style? Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
People don't respect Eddie Murphy's impressions.
You know how many kids Eddie Murphy has? I forget off the top of my head, but a lot. Look it up.
Well, he's got to have as many kids as he has impressions. That's hundreds.
Holy shit, we're running out of time, brother. Holy crap.
Yeah, well, you had a really good, I think you had a really good, segue into Uncle Jay and just, celebrating his life and remembering him. Yeah. That was a nice little moment to have.
He deserves it.
He deserves a moment.
He deserves it, man.
And a pause.
Yeah.
So it was nice.
I was really glad that you started watching that Tom Green pod. Mm-hmm. Dude, Tom Green is amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
I do like Tom Green because he's more than he presents himself to be.
Right?
With what I saw on his cat podcast with Joe.
Yeah, and that's another guy that I don't think the younger generations know. Isn't it? It's Road Trip, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Road Trip. That was a movie made when we were really young. And, like, the movie you're not allowed to watch when you're a kid, but we did anyway.
Yeah.
We want to make a road trip movie.
Dude.
That'd be a lot of fun.
You know who Joe Rogan needs to have on the podcast, too? That would get so many hits? Amy Smart.
That would be cool.
Childhood crushes. How many kids that are adults now?
Guilty.
There's grown men out there.
I wanted to smash Amy Smart in every movie she was ever in. Mm-hmm. Even when she was a drug addict in the butterfly effect scene.
That was only when he made a certain decision and it happened. That's a great movie.
Well, yeah. I don't think a lot of people know him because we know him from...
He's not in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But he has now his YouTube channel that I'm starting to check out because, he's going around the country just by himself doing some cool shit. That's the thing. If I had a lot of money and I could just escape and just do shit like that,
you would.
I would.
And he does.
He's doing a really cool thing right now. Just traveling. He's just traveling around.
He understands that too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gets it.
Yeah. And I didn't know that he went through testicular cancer and all that. That was kind of sad. And I didn't know that he started out as a rapper. They were rapper comedians. You know what I mean? That's really cool. It was, and his raps are kind of.
He was married to Drew Barrymore.
Isn't that crazy?
That's how cool. That's how cool he is.
Yeah, and Joe Rogan gives him credit for being like a pioneer in podcasting.
Yeah.
Which is really awesome.
I know. I saw.
Yeah, you should check out. He has an earlier pod like from last year or year and a half, and he talks about like him starting up with all these computers in his house. Like his house was like a huge tech room because he was starting that shit. Really cool.
You know who else is lit too? Like in that same kind of era is Pauly Shore.
Oh
Both those guys.
Dude,
Tom Green is sick. Tom Green's sick.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
cool to see.
Yeah. Everyone should go check that podcast out and check Tom Green's YouTube out because he's
in the photography and everything. That's sick.
Yeah, dude. And he's funny as hell. He's one of the funniest, and he's so cool. Seeing that side, because growing up, the Tom
You
Green
only see him as that guy.
is that fucking crazy drug addict funny guy in movies who's just a fucking spaz.
I never put drugs with him in the road
Really?
trip movie as a kid. Watching that movie,
I thought he was on
just thought,
acid.
you know what? I just thought he was just a out there guy.
Really? He wanted to feed the mouse to the snake the whole damn movie.
They never showed him do drugs in the movie.
He just kind of. You're
Does he?
right.
Watch the movie.
You're right.
He doesn't do drugs in the movie.
But he just seems like he's on drugs. What's that other big movie where it's like his own? It's like he's the star. I forget off the top of my head.
Freddy Got Fingered.
Freddy Got Fingered. Yes.
That movie's out there.
That movie is crazy.
It's not good.
Hey, that's like a cult classic.
For a reason.
Yeah.
Because it's not good.
Yeah.
You can like a cult classic, and I won't judge you for that, but it's objectively just not good.
Yeah. And Pauly Shore, you made a good point. I love Pauly Shore. And he was someone that I looked up to when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I love Son-in-Law. And that's probably a movie people probably wouldn't like today.
Yeah.
I love Son-in-Law. And Biodome's a little ridiculous, but it's still a funny... It's just, I don't know,
Yeah.
nostalgic. I guess that's probably it.
Yeah. What else?
And, because they had he talked about it on something. But you know what made him lose pretty much his roles?
No.
When he cut his hair for Into the Army. When he said because he didn't have the look anymore.
He should have never done that.
Yeah. And
Because Into the Army isn't even a good one.
I forget what role. He was offered another role for another movie. And he picked Into the Army. Cut his hair.
Did he read the script for that? God damn it.
I know. It makes me hate when he said that. It made me hate Into the Army. I was like, "Fuck that movie! It ruined Pauly Shore." Because I love Pauly Shore, dude.
And I like that movie still.
Yeah. Oh, dude, if we could ever get Pauly Shore,
It's still bad. It's a bad movie though.
Yeah. And apparently, that comedy only lasted so long, like his type of comedy.
Andy Dick's in it.
Yeah. Another guy we don't hear about, Andy Dick. Him and Tom Green, those are kind of similar guys that you'd think is on drugs all the time.
I feel like they're all the same guy.
Yeah.
They're all friends probably.
Yeah. Dude, learning how cool fucking Tom Green was awesome. I enjoyed that. If we were ever blessed to have fucking Tom Green. Oh, dude, we got to end. We're probably going to run out of batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we should end kind of a smooth ending.
Yeah.
How do you want to end it on a smooth note?
There was a lot of things we didn't get to talk about that we'll talk about in episode 11.
Episode 11.
Yeah. It's been fun. It's been real.
Mhm.
Episode 10, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for
everybody.
hanging in with us. We enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
And to our supporters, we love you. Have a good one.
Have a good night, everybody.